Brake fluid, dot 3 work for most people. If you have a race car or something, you may need dot 4 brake fluid, but dot 3 to do the job. On a truck like this, I'm going with 3 of these 32-ounce bottles. You may not need that much if you don't have a truck of this size. And so you'll need a jug like this. You can see I'm already draining fluid out of the master cylinder. Make sure you clean around there. Use this turkey baster to remove most, but not all, of the brake fluid from here. You don't want air in the system. So other things you'll need, I just got the creeper for convenience, but a 5-gallon bucket. And here we're going to start with this one back here, furthest brake line from the master cylinder. And if you're by yourself, this bucket will help elevate your jug so that you don't get air in the system. So the next step is, we've got 1/4-inch fuel line here and a cap for the jug. Next step is to put new brake fluid in the master cylinder. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Caliper here, got a 7/16 wrench. The line goes above the valve and then down. Air is going to rise in this case, and you want it to rise up the line and not rise into the caliper. So that's why we have this elevated. 7/16 wrench, you're going to open the line. It'd be nice if I had a ratcheting wrench. I don't have to do this with 2 hands just to be safe about it, but these lines probably have not been cracked in forever. So this guy doesn't really want to budge, so I've got a big deep socket and a socket extension and try to give myself a little more leverage. Push the brakes a few times with it cracked. I usually push it all the way down. And I tested this a couple times already, and I could verify that the master cylinder was going down. And you're going to want to keep an eye on that each time you do this. I would do a set of 4 or 5 pumps. Take a look at the master cylinder just to be safe, so you don't get air in the system. So I rolled the truck forward a couple feet. Should have done that before I started. And this side's the hardest because the exhaust is right here. But I did 14 pumps of the brake pedal before I was pretty confident that all the brake fluid was out. You can see I marked a line where it was before. In fact, that was maybe a little below where it was before, and 14 pumps got me up there. So on this side we're going to do the same thing. We're not going through quite as much brake fluid as I thought. Here's your cap. We'll do the same thing on this side. This is the driver's rear, and then we'll move to passenger front. All right, the last one. The rear driver's side did not go well. That valve is seized and it's now stripped. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and bleed the system out through this tire here, and of course the other one that just got done, we're going to try and bleed that out too. So with these front ones, we're going to make, do a few extra pumps and try and bleed the whole system out through the fronts. Since I got some fluid left over, I'm doing the rear passenger side a second time. I redid the passenger's front as well, gave it a second round because of that driver's rear tire or rear caliper. So it's fired up, it's running, holding the brakes down. Its brake pedal has got some pressure, so it seems like air is evacuated from the system. So what I'm going to do to test is put it in drive and make sure the brakes work. Yes, they work. Just got to be really cautious at first, just in case, because you could all of a sudden have brakes, not have it, you know. Seems like they work. So this is a good thing to do, this brake fluid flush. A lot of people never do it. So I'm gonna take it out for a little spin and do a little bit more of an extended test, but you know, I think we're all good to go. So yeah, you may be in for a little surprise with a seized brake, so just watch out for that. My biggest worry was try and get that brake valve off and then not be able to tighten it back up because it's stripped. You know, could always replace it, but I didn't have that supply on hand. So right up here is a roundabout, and this would be a good test just to stay on the brakes for a little bit, and then we'll go up and we'll find a stop sign on the way back, and after that I'll probably feel comfortable that everything's gonna be all right.